Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. Let's get started with what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. And the big story that the Times of India this morning is leading with is about the national capital, city hotels, weekly markets to reopen. However, gyms are expected to remain closed, and now an order from DDMA is something that the authorities are waiting for to begin operations. Apart from this, MHA has pulled out 10,000 security personnel from J&K after 1 year. This move comes amid public outreach by the LG there. The Union Home Minister on Wednesday ordered the withdrawal of more than 10,000 security personnel from Jammu and Kashmir. They had been deployed in the erstwhile state before August 5 last year. So a big development seen there as well in Jammu and Kashmir. And a big development happened in Supreme Court also yesterday. Sushant's death needs impartial probe. This is what the Supreme Court said as it handed over the case to CBI. It was a big day for his family yesterday, and Supreme Court said that dissemination of the real facts through unbiased investigation would certainly result in justice for the innocents who might be the target of vilification campaign. When truth meets sunshine, justice will not prevail on the living alone, but after life's fitful fever. Now the departed will also sleep well. Satyamev Jayate. So that was the part of an order that the Supreme Court gave yesterday. Supreme Court thumbs up for Mumbai as well as Patna cops. However, double whammy for actor Riya in Supreme Court, because Supreme Court has rejected Riya's plea for transfer of Patna FIR to Mumbai and indirectly brought her under the probe radar by ordering the CBI probing all angles, including allegations of financial fraud as well. Pranab Mukherjee, former president of our country, has got lung infection. His health condition is worsening. Pranab Mukherjee's condition declined on Wednesday after he developed a lung infection. The Army's R&R hospital, where the 84-year-old former president had been admitted on August 10, said on Wednesday. He was operated for removal of a clot in his brain and has now been in coma ever since. He has also tested positive for COVID-19. Then deferred sentencing. This is what Prashant Bhushan has told Supreme Court. A day before the Supreme Court was to determine the quantum of Prashant Bhushan's punishment in a contempt case, he requested it on Wednesday to defer the hearings as he intended to file a review plea. Meanwhile, some lawyers had hailed this order. Then the cabinet has approved a proposal for leasing out airports at Jaipur, Guwahati and Thiruvananthapuram through PPP for 50 years. Another round of LAC talks expected today between India and China at 11 o'clock. A bus was hijacked to recover loan. For about 12 hours between Tuesday and Wednesday, at least 34 passengers on a private bus were held captive by recovery agents who were out to get the money back from the owner of the bus, still owed before he died of COVID-19 on Monday. So this is what has happened. Then this is how Gurgaon, or Gurugram as we call it now, looked like yesterday. Rain, floods, NCR, sparks, snarls as well as outages. And just look at this picture. So this is actually an underpass which is actually looking like a river in this picture. This is a flooded golf course road underpass in Gurgaon. And yesterday we saw a lot of people, commuters facing a lot of problems in Delhi, NCR as well. In Gurugram, cars were floating, pedestrians had to wade through waist-deep water, and NH8 was completely crippled by a huge traffic snarl. Flood-like situation was there in 18 key junctures. Golf course road was worst hit and 12 to 15-foot water was accumulated in many underpasses. 4,000 cops had to hit the roads yesterday to fight this issue of flooding. Meanwhile, in Delhi, 32 millimeters of rain caused waterlogging, jams and traffic diversions due to clogged drainage. 10 instances of portions of building collapsing were also reported. A Saket wall fell down, damaging many cars. Yellow alert is there for Thursday, which means today as well the cloudy weather is going to continue. Moderate rain and thunderstorm is something that the IMD has predicted. Then record 70,000 plus new cases in a day. 13,000 came just from Maharashtra. Simultaneously, our COVID count is also rising quite sharply. However, the ICMR still believes that there is no proof of any kind of a COVID relapse. ICMR surveillance and clinical group members said that there has been no proof so far of repeat COVID infections in the patients who have recovered. Then at least 8 states using CDRs to track patients. That's another story. Shopkeepers shopkeeper kills 16-year-old for damaging eggs. This has happened in Delhi's Sangam Vihar area. COVID booster health cover now top segment as far as the general insurance sector is concerned. And lastly, as far as Air India Express Calicut crash is concerned, now there are reports emerging whether the evidence was tampered with or not. Captain Amit Singh, who is an air safety expert, has written a letter to Minister of Civil Aviation, and he has sent some photographs as well. He is alleging that evidence may have been displaced, tampered with and destroyed. We'll see how the government will have to respond to this. Lastly, NITI CEO queries Railways claim of zero deaths. The centre's think tank NITI Aayog has raised concern over Railways claim of zero deaths during the current year, only 5 in 2019-2020, with CEO Amitabh Kant asking if the data is realistic, considering that nearly 2,000 people die annually in Mumbai's suburban rail network. So we'll see how the Indian Railways will have to respond to this. Moving on now, and let's see what's making headlines as far as the Nav Bharat Times this morning is concerned. और यहाँ पर भी जो पहली खबर है वो बारिश की वजह से जो दिक्कतें आई थी कम्यूटर्स को कल दिल्ली और एनसीआर के इलाकों में, वो पहली बड़ी खबर है नव भारत टाइम्स पे। यहाँ लिखा है कि सीजन की सबसे जोरदार बारिश थी, दिल्ली में जाम लगे, गुड़गांव में नाव का इस्तेमाल लोगों को करना पड़ा। तो ये जो आप तस्वीर देख सकते हैं, ये सड़क है, दरअसल ये कोई रिवर नहीं है। गुड़गांव में सोहना रोड पर तत्वम विला सोसाइटी के एंट्री पॉइंट पर हुए जलभराव में बोटिंग करते नजर आए कुछ लोग। तो ये सड़कों का कुछ इस तरह का हाल था। साकेत में आप देख सकते हैं भारी बारिश से दिल्ली के साकेत इलाके में स्थिति एपीजे स्कूल की बाउंड्री गिर गई और स्थित एपीजे स्कूल की बाउंड्री गिर गई, जिसमें करीब 14 गाड़ियों को जो है भारी नुकसान का सामना करना पड़ा। इसके अलावा कुछ अच्छी खबर है, जो लोग मेट्रो से ट्रैवल करते हैं, हालांकि अभी मेट्रो की सर्विसेज है वो शुरू नहीं हुई हैं, लेकिन जब भी होंगी तब अच्छी खबर ये है कि जो आपके नए और पुराने मेट्रो कार्ड हैं उन्हें आप खुद ही रिचार्ज कर सकेंगे। सुशांत के सीबीआई को सौंप, कोर्ट बोला सत्यमेव जयते। इसके अलावा दिल्ली में सभी होटल खुलेंगे, वीकली हार्ट का भी ट्रायल। बस में 20 यात्रियों से ज्यादा के प्रस्ताव को मंजूरी अभी नहीं मिल पाई है और साथ ही सिनेमा हॉल खोलने की भी तैयारी चल रही है। इसके अलावा हेमकुंड साहब के कपाट 4 सितंबर को खुलेंगे, मिनिमम बैलेंस में रखने पर चार्ज नहीं लेगा, ऐसा एसबीआई का कहना है। और साथ ही जम्मू और कश्मीर पर केंद्र का फैसला, लौटेंगे सुरक्षा बलों के 10,000 जवान। और आखिरी में गुड़गांव से लोगों को लेकर चली बस आगरा में हाईजैक कर ली गई थी, क्योंकि जो ओनर था बस का, उसका कुछ लोन बाकी था। तो ये रिकवरी के लोग थे जिन्होंने इस तरह का काम किया। लेट्स नाउ मूव ऑन and see what's there as far as the pink paper this morning is concerned. And the big news on the front page of the Economic Times is that PE firm Carlyle is preparing a 5,000 crore check for Axis Bank, because Axis Bank has been on a fundraising spree. Investment is likely by a combination of equity and warrants. Board seat part of deal talks. So that's one big story. FB Oversight Board is going to investigate political bias cases, and Shashi Tharoor and Nishikant Dubey of the BJP in fact locked horns. Chairman of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on IT, Shashi Tharoor, and member Nishikant Dubey have moved breach of privilege notices against each other. Adani Green is in discussions with foreign lenders to raise $1.35 billion. Then World Bank has said that India should maintain reform push to reverse slowdown. Assam student bodies to resume protest against Citizenship Act. That's another important story. Now, Dream 11 has agreed to be title sponsor for IPL only for 2020. BCCI has resolved this IPL sponsorship tangle. Apple has become first US company to hit $2 trillion in market value. Another big story on the front page only. And here there are two more interesting stories that are there. Now, many patients seem to be seeking help after recovering from COVID-19. Even though there is no case of a relapse according to ICMR, however, nearly 5% of patients are coming back with the need for post-COVID care as they continue to feel shortness of breath, weaknesses and other symptoms. So this is a very, very important update. And lastly, Cabinet has approved relief for DISCOMs as well as sugarcane farmers in the Cabinet meeting that happened yesterday. Let's now move on and be more city specific. My colleague Sharon, I believe this morning, is joining us on the broadcast, and let's ask Sharon firstly how the weather is this morning and if there were any instances of waterlogging that were witnessed in Delhi and NCR this morning. Sharon, over to you.
Well, Hina, even as we speak, we are seeing that it is still raining in the national capital. It started raining about from 5 a.m. in the morning, and it is still raining. There are some areas where there is water logging that is being reported, but most of the areas there was about 45 locations yesterday from where there were water logging that was reported, and the municipal corporation has in fact said, all the three municipal corporation has said that they have in fact drained out the water. So we are in fact seeing some of the roads where they have drained out the water, but still there are complaints coming from a few of the areas in the national capital. Except for Minto Bridge yesterday, there were a number of underpasses like Zakira, Pul Paladpur. There were some of these underpasses that were submerged in water because of the heavy rain yesterday. And even today, as we speak, the rain is incessant. So it is believed that the PWD and the municipal corporations have been saying that they are well prepared as of now, but we have to wait and watch how it turns out, because yesterday it was a big inconvenience for the commuters, though the weather was a relief in this humidity, but it has caused a lot of inconvenience for the people, be it the traffic jam in the area or be it the water logging. So people are of course hoping that today, while it is raining, there might be some respite from the water logging that they faced yesterday, Hina.
Well, absolutely, because even today the yellow alert is there for Delhi and NCR. Rain intensity may reduce. This is what the IMD has said. But what else is making headlines as far as the Delhi edition of the Times of India is concerned, Sharon?
Well, other than that, it is of course how the hotels are going to be open. The DDMA has approved that because remember there was in fact a series of discussion that was held regarding opening of the banquet halls, restaurants and hotels and gym and yoga. But as of now, the gyms will not be open is what we have been told. So yesterday, once again, there was a very important meeting where Lieutenant Governor was also present. And after that, it has been decided that in the national capital, the restaurants and hotels will be open. So of course this is one of the big headlines in the national capital, but because this can be seen as a big push for the economy in the national capital in this COVID pandemic time.
All right. Thank you very much, Sharon, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Mumbai edition of the Times of India this morning is concerned. My colleague Arunil joining us on the broadcast. Arunil, good morning. Today, another important story apart from what happened in the case of Sushant Singh Rajput's death probe. We are being told that after city KDMC worst hit in MMR with about 25,000 cases, around 13,000 plus cases were reported in Maharashtra in a single day.
Well, that is right. Yesterday, Maharashtra recorded the most number of the single highest day count with respect to the total number of cases. More than 13,000 cases were recorded in the state of Maharashtra. In Mumbai, the caseload was around 1,100. Yes, KDMC is the second worst affected region in the basically Mumbai metropolitan region. At present, the total number of active cases in the city of Mumbai stands just more than 17,000 cases. Now, one important development, Hina, will be a Sero survey was conducted in the city of Pune, and it has been found out that more than 51% people in the city of Pune have antibodies to coronavirus. So that is one basically a ray of hope. Majority of people, in fact, in Pune are said to have antibodies against the coronavirus. And in Mumbai as well, in slums particularly, more than 56% people have developed antibodies against the coronavirus. So yes, herd immunity has been reached out to a certain extent. But yes, Maharashtra government has issued a word of caution saying that all precautions need to be taken. The opposition leader Devendra Fadnavis asked for gyms to be opened in the city of Mumbai. Raj Thackeray also echoed the same sentiment. So we will see whether gymnasiums will be opened in Maharashtra or no. Back.
All right. Thank you very much, Arunil, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Apart from this, heavy rain till Saturday, but no anxiety at Ganesh Pandals. That's another story in the Mumbai edition. BMC has announced that water cut will reduce to 10% from tomorrow, and state funeral for Pandit Jasraj is going to happen today. That's also something that the Mumbai edition has reported. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India this morning is concerned. And here, the big story is that Karnataka is expected to sell recovered land to raise some funds. That's on the front page today. It's COVID count, the way it's rising, that's also something that the Mumbai edition has mentioned. Deepak Bopanna, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast this morning. Deepak, good morning. Recovering damages from riot accused won't be easy for the government.
Yes, Hina, good morning. And of course, this is a concern right now. The Karnataka government has already appointed an advocate who's gone to the High Court of Karnataka, who will be filing a petition to appoint a claims commissioner. But the concern is the pockets of KJ Halli, DJ Halli, and also around the MLA's residence, which was attacked. These are areas which have very small homes. People who are small-time traders have small businesses. Most of the property that they own do not even belong to them, and they're in rented houses. So when the government here says that they're going to recover damages, the process, of course, is going to be extremely difficult because most of the people involved in the riots itself, according to the police sources, are people of very low income. So are they going to, create disparity in terms of recovering the damages because certain people may have a little bit of property, certain people may not have. So how are they going to divide this between the people? So it's going to be definitely a task in the coming days.
All right, Deepak, appreciate you joining us with all of those details and two more interesting stories that are there in this particular edition of the Times of India. One is that with Air Bubble, Bengaluru has managed to connect itself to 14 global cities, and a man downloaded an app to cancel an online order and he lost 70,000 rupees in this particular process. So that's something that the Bengaluru edition has also reported. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Chennai edition of the Times of India this morning is concerned. My colleague Shilpa is going to be joining us in just a bit to tell us more about the details. Okay, Shabir, we have today joining us on the broadcast. Shabir, good morning. Unlocked crime returns to city after COVID norms eased. Give us more details.
Well, that's right. The crime rate in the city had come down drastically in the initial stages of the lockdown. On a daily basis, according to police officials, the city could witness at least 20 murders and n number of robberies and chain snatching incidents, phone snatching incidents that had all come down because people were not venturing out. And now that the lockdown norms have been eased at several places, there are reports of chain snatching, robberies being reported, murders being reported. So this has concerned the city police to step up their vigil along with preventing COVID-19. In fact, in many places, despite CCTV cameras, chain snatching incidents are going up. And the reason why chain snatching is being done or phone snatching incidents are on the rise is because people people are looking up for some kind of financial assistance and some kind of financial needs to satisfy their financial needs. People are indulging in chain snatching. Most of them are first time criminals is what the police officers are saying. So this is something that has concerned the police department, and adequate steps are being taken is what the city police officers are saying.
All right. Thank you very much, Shabir, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. Apart from this, another story is that Crocodile Bank and Snake Park are struggling due to lack of funds, and the city has seen a slight spike in dragonfly population. This is the news coming from Chennai. Promising jobs, woman cheats many of over 50 lakh rupees. Another important story here. And lastly, AIA-DMK poster war is continuing. The minister has warned of severe action. In fact, AIA-DMK party men, especially in southern Tamil Nadu, have opted for guerrilla tactics to hit out at their opponents within the party by raking up the issue of who should be projected as the next chief minister candidate, EPS or OPS. Now, posters are springing up from nowhere, highlighting this issue, keeping the senior AIA-DMK leaders on tenterhooks. So that's another very, very important political story that the Chennai edition has reported this morning. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as the Kolkata edition of the Times of India is concerned. National Agency to hold common eligibility test for government jobs. Now, this is what the cabinet, had considered and approved yesterday. There's a clarification there. Now, in a move that could impact around 2.5 crore job aspirants, yes, the cabinet, in fact, had approved this, the particular process. This is set to replace 50 exams held for about 1.3 lakh posts. And this is something that the Kolkata edition edition this morning is leading with. After flagging sales, Bengal to do away with COVID tax on liquor, another important story. And at the same time, Bengal has entered a 48-hour total lockdown from today. So perhaps something that the people of West Bengal need to be a little concerned about. There is a 48-hour total lockdown period that begins from today. Lastly, panic storing of oxygen cylinders is causing artificial shortage in the city of Kolkata. Another important story on the front page only. So that's about the Kolkata edition. Let's now move on and see what's there as far as news from around the world is concerned in Times of India this morning. And an important story is that Biden gets the Democratic baton. Ex-sweep formally wins nomination to run for president on third shot. Clinton calls Trump White House a chaos. Standing in a school library with his wife, grandchildren and a few balloons, Democrat veteran Joe Biden formally secured the party's nomination for president on Tuesday after an online virtual roll call vote from 57 states and territories across the country. And there you can see the picture of Joe Biden with his wife, who ran for presidency in 1988 and 2008, but secured Dem nomination for the first time on Tuesday. So big development in the United States of America. Then Kamala takes spotlight amid personal attacks. Presumptive Democratic vice presidential nominee Kamala Devi Harris will take center stage at the party's virtual convention at 9 p.m. Wednesday night amid some vicious mudslinging from the right-wing Trump supporters aimed at destroying the candidacy of the first non-white woman from the high office. Then PIO part of diverse Dem virtual roll call, while governors, senators and other leaders represented their states at the Democratic Party convention's roll call to determine the party's presidential nominee. A 20-year-old Indian American student stood out representing the Maryland state. Bianca Shah, the leader of Joe Biden campaign's youth outreach to South Asian, declared during the roll call on Tuesday that he will build back the nation better. So that's about the latest from the United States of America. Then apart from this, when a Swiss town got covered in chocolate dust, residents of a Swiss town got a bit of a shock when it started snowing particles of a fine cocoa powder after a glitch at a chocolate factory. And there you can see the picture here. FDA emergency approval for blood plasma therapy is on hold. Last week, just as US Food and Drug Administration was preparing to issue an emergency authorization for blood plasma as COVID treatment, a group of top health officials have intervened, arguing that emerging data on treatment was too weak, according to two senior officials. So that's about the latest as far as the COVID is concerned. Let's go across to my colleague Karishma now, who is joining us on the broadcast to tell us the latest from the world of sports. Good morning, Karishma. Tell us what's happening today.
Good morning, Karishma. Good morning. Well, the Times of India is reporting that indeed will have a bubble setup in IPL is going to be handled with. It is going to be the company that made the bio bubble for the England versus West Indies test series and has also worked with the International Olympic Committee in the past. It's a UK-based firm called Restrata, responsible for ensuring the bio bubble in UAE when the Indian Premier League takes place, and very interesting details about how the bio bubble will happen in UAE, how the players and support staff will be divided into zones, and they will be given rings and bracelets to keep in track where they're going and avoid each of COVID protocol. So it is going to be an interesting read of how the bio will take place when the teams fly out starting from tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much, Karishma, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Meanwhile, there's another interesting story about Mahendra Singh Dhoni here that the Times of India has reported. BCCI is willing to host a farewell tie for Dhoni. The Board of Cricket Control for Cricket in India is willing to host a farewell match for former Indian captain MS Dhoni, who recently announced his retirement from international cricket. A senior BCCI official has said that the board is going to speak to Dhoni during the upcoming edition of the IPL and will be planning this particular tie accordingly. So that's another important story, and here's what you can find as far as the Delhi Times edition is concerned. A lot of celebs reacting to what the Supreme Court said yesterday, how the Supreme Court gave this case to the CBI of Sushant Singh Rajput's death probe. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.